You know about as much about film and film history as any other director alive. Given this, where do you see yourself in the history of the medium? How do you think you and your work will be remembered?
Oh, well, I'm not probably the one to have the final word as far as
Of course
on this is concerned. But I hope really favorably, especially because I like the idea of just investing in a filmography as opposed to a career. Right. If that makes any sense.
No, it does. It does.
You know, so it's all about the films. It's not about me having a job or doing this or doing anything for strategic reasons, which happens in the course of a career. But I want to just I'm lucky enough, and this is a real big deal. I'm lucky enough to live the life of an artist in a profession that it's very hard to do that. So to not take full advantage of that would be to waste the wonderful opportunity that I have. And so the question is, it's how will the films look 30 years from now, 40 years from now, 50 years from now? And I have high hopes.
I recently rewatched Jackie Brown, and I saw that there's an end credit where you thank Sam Fuller for everything. Mm-hmm. Would you compare yourself to, say, Fuller, a maverick writer-director on the margins of the industry, or not?
I love Sam Fuller, and there is an aspect about the fact that he's kind of he's definitely a patron saint of writer-directors. I would put myself. I'd put myself in there. I would. Like I said, I'm not the one to say, but I would like to think of myself in the same canon as a writer-director like Sam Fuller or a writer-director like, say, Preston Sturges.
Oh, one of my favourites. My day job is running a DVD rental store, so you are the patron saint of my profession, sir. Given your background, do you have an opinion on the demise of the DVD rental industry?
Yeah, it's very sad. To me, it's very, very sad to me, and I'm a little surprised how quickly it happened, and I'm a little surprised at how the public has kind of moved on, and how no one's looking back, and they don't really care, and it's not just out of nostalgia. There is I'm not on Netflix, so I can't even tell you exactly how that works. I'm sure everybody watching here knows more than I do about it. But even if you just have all the movie channels, in your package, and that's something I do have. Yeah. All right, so you go down you hit the guide and you go down the list and you hit there and you watch something or you tape something and maybe you never get around to watching it, or you actually do watch it, and then maybe you watch it for 10 minutes or 20 minutes and you maybe start doing something else. Nah, I'm not really into this. And then that's kind of where we've kind of fallen into. However, there was a different quality to the video store. You went down to the video store, you looked around, you picked up boxes, you read the back of the boxes, you made a choice, and maybe you talked to the guy behind the counter, maybe he pointed you to something, and he didn't just put something in your hand, he kind of gave you a little bit of a sales pitch on it to some degree or another. And so the point being is, you were kind of invested in a way that you're not invested with this electronic technology when it comes to the movies. You chose that film. Now, of course, we all rented 3 movies and didn't get around to watching the third one, but there was more of a commitment to what you ended up getting. And maybe you went down to the store to get Top Gun, and that's what you wanted, and you got Top Gun. But then you picked up something you'd never heard about before, just because you wanted something more than just Top Gun, and maybe it was something that just kind of really caught your eye. You didn't know anything about it, and you took a chance. But you rented it, so you actually wanted to try to watch it to some degree or another, and that's what's really lost. And so in a weird way, what's lost is commitment.
I really enjoyed your contribution a few years ago to the film, the documentary film, Not Quite Hollywood, the wild, untold story of exploitation. Clearly, your encyclopedic knowledge of movies extends to Australian cinema. What do you know about New Zealand film history? Have you got any favourites?
Oh yeah. Well, Utu I think is absolutely hands down the best New Zealand movie of all time. Utu is just is an amazing movie. But no, but I'm but you know at the same time like I'm a big fan of Roger Donaldson's New Zealand movies. Smash Palace is a devastating movie. I love Smash Palace. I love all the Bruno Lawrence movies. I think he's terrific. Heart of the Stag, Bridge to Nowhere. You know, I'm a fan of all of them.
Ian Mune's not much of a fan of Bridge to Nowhere now.
Oh, really?
Well, the brief period where you made all these films under the tax shelter kind of legislation of the day. So the establishment view of these movies isn't all that positive.
Yeah,
sometimes.
but the establishment view is usually a very jaundiced view.
Of course.
I mean, that's definitely the case in Australia. All right, I don't know if that's the case here, but probably is actually. Yeah. But I'm I'm a big fan of New Zealand cinema. But like I said, Utu is just absolutely amazing. But I actually am a big fan of Mr. Wrong.
Yes.
The other one, the kind of Christine.
Christian's film. Yes.
Yeah. But what I liked about that movie in particular, one, I actually thought it was a good thriller. But two, I love the woman who was the lead in it. And the thing that I loved about her was she would never be the lead in an American version of that movie. And there was something so authentic about seeing her trapped into this supernatural story.
Yeah, exactly. Why the decision to retire at 10 films? Why announce the decision ahead of time? I'm kind of thinking that even directors with infamously small oeuvres like Orson Welles, Stanley Kubrick, David Lean, all of those directors made more films than 10. Is the decision born out of a perceived responsibility to your talent or reputation, or in spite of that responsibility?
I think that's a good question. I think it's more due to a responsibility to my filmography.
Right.
Basically. I like the idea of 10 and done, because what's been happening since 92 is I've given my entire life to my movies, and I wouldn't change it for anything. It's a very happy life. I'm very, very happy with it. And
so are we.
Yeah, thank you. But it's like I don't have a wife. I don't have kids. I don't have other things that distract me. Nor do I have things that make me have to pursue a career for other reasons than artistic ones. And that's working at a very high concentrated level. And frankly, to tell you the truth, I think 10 is about all I can do to that degree to work with them at that level.
Right.
And I do like the idea of going out on with an umbilical cord from the first movie all the way to the end and to the last one, as opposed to just different stages of my career. And frankly, we'll see what happens, but I also like the idea of leaving you wanting just a little bit more.